If the BMW Z3 was a good value for the money, then this is going to be the ultimate step for performance to value wise. This is a 2002 Mercedes CLK 55 AMG, and let me just start saying that this thing is unbelievable. Let me give you some numbers to kind of put it into perspective. So, 2002 Mustang GT, the same era, 260 horsepower. All right, that's not bad. STI, 227 horsepower. The highest trim Chevrolet Camaro, 330 horsepower. This car's rivals, BMW M3, famous E46, 333 horsepower. Some good numbers. Fantastic car. The S4, 280 horsepower. This car produces 342 horsepower. 342! And it gets even better because when we start talking about torque, it jumps up to 376 pounds-feet of torque. We're talking about Chevrolet Corvette numbers for torque. That's crazy. And from the outside, you look at it and you would never guess that this car has all that performance. This car is honestly one of the best performance to value that you'll find. This car sold brand new in 2000 when the CLK 55 AMG came out for $68,000, but now you can find one for under $10,000. So this car is a no-brainer, right? AMG, for those that don't know, stands for, well, this. I'm not going to try and say it because I'm going to butcher it, but this is what it means. And AMG is Mercedes' performance division. So Mercedes had luxury cars in their cars, but they had mechanics that specifically focused on performance. They would take the body of the Mercedes models, and AMG would upgrade the drivetrain, the engine, and they would upgrade the suspension, all hand-built by AMG mechanics. And all of that is thrown into this car. Again, under $10,000 for a car that was made by a performance division. It came out in 1997, and the first thing, if you look at this car, it's going to look like the E-Class, but Mercedes actually based it on the smaller C-Class, and that's before AMG even touched it. So it came out in 1997, and it was produced until 2002, this being the last model. Remember, the C63 hadn't been developed yet, so this was the top trim at the time. And the CLK 55 was, at that year, one of the fastest AMG models in North America. And with that, a 0-60 time of 5 seconds flat. Now, if you get this car, you're not getting it for gas mileage because, well, 23 highway, 17 city, but let's be honest, you already knew it was a 5.4 liter V8 and it's a rear-wheel drive. You didn't get it to save gas. So now we're driving the CLK 55 AMG, and you notice right now how calm and composed it is. You know, Mercedes has been doing luxury for decades, and they've been doing a good job with it. And one big thing that always stood out with Mercedes, especially for me, is the interior and the quality they put into it. This car, again, was the highest trim CLK that you could get. So you're going to get fancy wood trim. You had climate control. You had heated seats. You had fully adjustable seats, adjustable headrests. You had massaging seats. Back in 2002, massaging seats. And you had a Bose speaker system in this car, an optional phone. This car came with a lot of different features. And right now, you would never guess that this car houses all that power. Right now, we're composed, we're driving slow, and then you put your foot down, and it just completely changes into another car. It's insane. Literally, it just throws all that composure out the window and just completely turns evil. Because everybody wants an M3, right? I've done it. I wanted to look for E46s, a fantastic car, and that was the M3 at the time when this came out. But they're always expensive. Even now, everybody wants them. It's almost impossible to find a hardtop. They're either going to be convertibles and they're going to have high mileage. This car is faster, and it's a hardtop, and you can find one for under $10,000. This was bought for $4,000. It drives like a modern day muscle car. All right, so you don't believe me. All right, watch this. It's insane. It's so much fun to drive. You know, if you're looking at this and, you know, you have the ability to work on cars even a little bit, or you want to learn, or if you are lazy like me and you have a good mechanic that you trust, this is a fantastic car to buy. And again, this car is such an enthusiast car. It's cars like this that they still need to be around, and I think it's important for people to review cars like this. Is it as nice, and does it have all the features, and is it as powerful as a modern day AMG? No, of course not, but you know, what do you expect? This is a 2002 car. This is 18 years old, and yet this car is unbelievably quick. But this car does have some cons, and those cons are gonna come when you talk about cornering. When you take this car in some turns and you're barreling into it, you're not gonna be confident. An M3, it's like a scalpel. It's fantastic at cornering. And that's where it has this car beat. You know, you go around a turn and you just have a constant fear of all that power throwing out the rear end. Even with the traction control on, you can feel the rear end fighting you the whole time. And it's fun to drive. It's fun, you know, but if this is a car that you're gonna track or you're gonna try and take to the track, that's what's gonna kill lap times. In closing, the CLK 55 AMG, it's an enthusiast car. It has its rivals. It has the S4, it has, you know, the M3 obviously, and even you can throw in some of the muscle cars of that time, but it wraps it into a luxury package. So if you're considering those cars, you definitely want to take a look at this. Again, an E46 hardtop M3 is going to be almost impossible to find for under 20 grand. This was bought for 4 grand, and it came out brand new 2002 for $68,000. You know, if you're looking into a car, whether it's a second car or just, you know, a first car, this is a steal. And if you can get your hands on one, they do go quick. Service and repairs, con. Cornering, con. Intrusive traction control system, another con. But the pros, the power, the acceleration, just the thrill of driving this outweighs them by such a big percentage. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, or just consider it. Still trying to get these videos out to you guys with better technology, and I've really enjoyed doing this, so thanks again.